You are the strong one, but why do you still feel so alone? You have built the business, the life, the independence. You are the woman everyone looks up to, the one who always has it together, but inside you feel off. Like something is missing and you can't explain it, but you know it's there. You have read the books, listened to the podcasts, you tried the morning routines, but still, love still feels like work, rest makes you restless, and no matter how much you do, it never feels like enough. The strength that helped you survive may be the very thing keeping you from what you truly want: softness, connection, real love. Today, we're going deeper than mindset, deeper than relationships. We're going to the root: your nervous system, your childhood, and the emotional armor you have carried for decades. This is strong girl syndrome, and it's more common than you think. By the end of this video, you won't just understand it, you will understand yourself. So if you ever wondered, why do I feel like I always have to carry everything alone, this is the video you can't skip. I didn't become strong because I wanted to be. I became strong because I had to be. I grew up in Brazil, the oldest of two younger brothers, and with that came responsibility. They naturally looked up to me. In my family, emotions were not spoken. Just for you to have an idea, no one ever said I love you to each other. No one asked how you really feeling. It wasn't cold, it was just emotionally silent. And in that silence, I had to figure out how to survive. But I wasn't a good girl type. I didn't try to please. I didn't smile through the pain. I became rebel. Loud, angry, I took space. I fought for what I needed because I learned that's the only way I would get it. In my house, if I didn't raise my voice, no one would hear me. If I didn't fight for what I wanted, I wouldn't get anything. So I became the go-getter, the capable, the independent. By 18, I left Brazil. I moved to Canada by myself. I didn't speak English. I didn't know the culture. It was my first time traveling out of the country. But I knew two things. I didn't need anyone, and no one had my best interest. Therefore, I had to fight for what I wanted. And that belief followed me into adulthood, into business, and into love. Strong girl syndrome doesn't have just one face. Some women become the good girl, sweet, agreeable, always there for everyone. She earns her worth by staying easy to love and impossible to disappoint. Others like me become the rebel. Bold, outspoken, ready to fight. She protects her heart by being hard to hurt and even harder to reach. Two different strategies, same core wound, because underneath both is the same unspoken belief. Love must be earned, vulnerability is unsafe, and needing someone is dangerous. So we start performing, we become excellent at doing, at fixing, at leading, at being the one who never drops the ball. We build success, but we also build armor. And this armor doesn't look like avoidance. It looks like hyper-competence. It looks like knowing the answer, running the show, and managing every crisis successfully. It looks like independence, no one questions, and everyone quietly relies on. And it works. It keeps you respected, admired, in control. But when it comes to real connection, when it comes to intimacy, softness, love, that armor becomes a cage. Because real connection asks for something else. It asks for openness, for trust, for emotional presence, surrender, and vulnerability. And those things feel terrifying when your nervous system has been wired for survival. We pick the unavailable partner or the partner who needs saving, and we push away the good ones. Or in friendships, we keep friends at a safe emotional distance, or you are the therapist, the rock, because It's easier to be in control than to be vulnerable. It's easier to carry someone else than to be cared, and to give endlessly than to admit you need care. The armor was built to protect you, and it did, but now it's keeping you from everything you deeply desire. And the hardest part is that it's so convincing, you don't even recognize it as an armor anymore. You think it's just who you are, but it's not. It's who you became to survive. Let's talk about something most women never get to admit out loud. Love feels dangerous. Not because you don't want it, but because somewhere deep in your body, love got wired with fear. Let me explain. If you grew up with emotionally unavailable, inconsistent caregivers, parents who are physically present, maybe, but emotionally distant, reactive, or overwhelmed, love wasn't something you relaxed into. It was something you worked for, something you earned or chased. Maybe you were only seen when you achieved, or pushed when you cried or felt too much, or ignored when you needed comfort the most. So your nervous system, your internal alarm system learned, showing my feelings never got me anywhere, so I stopped. If I speak up, I will be shamed or ignored. Or if I stay strong and never ask for help, at least no one can let me down. And that belief didn't stay in childhood. It followed you into every relationship. That's why you're drawn to emotionally unavailable men, because they feel familiar. Their inconsistency mirrors the love you once knew. Their absence feels like home to the version of you that never learned what safety feels like. So instead of letting yourself receive, you overgive, you overfunction, you overwork for love, because love that comes easily doesn't feel real. It feels suspicious. You say you want a man who makes you feel safe, but when he shows up, you pull away. You find flaws, you create distance, because being seen, truly seen, is more vulnerable than being ignored. And what happens when that soft, open, stable love finally enters your life? Your system panics. It doesn't know how to rest in something that doesn't require performance. It doesn't know how to open without preparing for abandonment. It doesn't know how to be held without bracing to be dropped. So you stay in control not because you feel empowered, but because surrender feels unsafe. You carry it all, not because you are just built different, but because the little girl inside you still doesn't believe anyone will show up if you fall apart. So she holds it, hides the need, she plays the role, she builds the armor, and here's the most painful part: you think it's your fault. You think you are too much, you are intense, you are intimidating, you think you are just bad at love. Sorry. But you're never bad at love. You're just never taught how to be loved safely. You're taught how to survive, to lead, to perform, to fix everything yourself. No one ever taught you how to be held. No one showed you that your mess was still lovable, that your softness was strength. Your needs aren't a burden, and your vulnerability wouldn't be weaponized. So now, as a grown woman, you are navigating love from a blueprint you never chose. And I want you to know something. This is not your fault, but is your opportunity to rewrite the script. You don't have to keep loving from a place of survival. You don't have to keep choosing men who can't meet you just because you're afraid to be met. Real love doesn't require you to shrink or perform or prove. Real love meets you where you are. But first, you have to meet yourself. The part of you that still thinks she has to earn it. The part of you that never got to receive. The part of you that is tired of pretending she doesn't need it. That's the part we bring into healing. And that's what begins to change everything. When you have spent your whole life in survival mode, healing can feel vague and even overwhelming. Where do you even start? I got you, strong girlies. That's why I created the FEM method, a framework, a real way out, because strong women like us, we need direction. We need structure that works, that actually works. So the FEM method is the process I walked myself into healing strong girl syndrome to soften my armor without losing my power. And I want to walk you through it step by step. So we start with F, feel to heal. You can't heal what you won't feel. The first step is learning to slow down enough to meet yourself emotionally, somatically, spiritually. This means creating a safe space in your day to feel, not fix, judge, or suppress. Your anger, sadness, tenderness, all of it gets to exist because your emotions are not too much. They're just unprocessed truths waiting to be witnessed. Second, E, embody wholeness. Most of us lives in your heads, thinking, planning, controlling, but healing happens in the body, girls. This pillar, it's about reconnecting with your physical self through breath work, somatic practices, movements, pleasure. It's not about looking a certain way. It's about feeling at home in your skin again. When you are embodied, you stop performing and start being. Third one, M, magnetize with ease. Here we shift your internal frequency because you don't have to chase love or success or safety. You become magnetic to it when your energy aligns. So that means nervous system regulation. It means learning how to feel safe in stillness. It means no longer attaching your worth to how much you do. This is where ease begins. I love that one. And number 4, M, merge masculine and feminine. You are both structure and surrender, fire and flow. This step is about creating harmony within yourself. You stop outsourcing safety. You stop rejecting your softness. You let your masculine support your feminine, not suppress her. And that's when you finally start to lead with wholeness. And the last one, E, expand into soul-led living. This isn't just about fixing burnout or attracting better relationships. It's about waking up to the woman you were always meant to be. A woman who rests in her truth, who creates from overflow, who lets life love her because she knows she's worthy of being held. So if you want to go deeper into this process, I have made something special for you. It's called Soft Power Reset Ritual. It's a 5-day guided journey introduction to the FEM method step by step. The link is in the description. It's free. I really want you to try this. It's the first step. It will help you so much, as much it helped me. If you're still here, it's probably because this touched a part of you that rarely gets to be spoken to. The part that always has it together, but secretly wonders why does it still feel like something it's missing. You have worked so hard to become the woman you are, independent, capable, respected. You carry it all and you do it well, but it's heavy to carry it alone. And I want you to know this very clear because it's important to say it. Your strength, it's not the problem. Your independence, it's not wrong. Your ambition, it's not too much. The problem is when strength becomes your only language, when independence becomes your armor, when you forget that your softness is part of your power too. Because real connection, the kind of your soul is craving, doesn't come from being perfect or impressive or always in control. It comes from being real, from being seen, from letting someone in. So no, you don't have to let go of your power, of your strength, but you do have to stop using it to hide. Let yourself be supported, rest, receive. That's not weakness, that's healing. That's what it means to come home to wholeness, and I promise you, it's possible. This is the journey of healing strong girl syndrome, and it's not about becoming less. It's about becoming more of who you really are, without the mask, without the armor, without the fear. So if this resonated, subscribe. Every week I post a new video and we go a little bit deeper. And also drop in the comments what would you like to be the next topic about. And share this video with a woman who needs to know she doesn't have to carry everything alone anymore.